Okay, let's do this. I got to read the last part of this, then I'm going to do this. So I'm just staring at the screen. It's because I'm just reading. All right. All, all of the rights. Robin Wright, Debbie Wright, the Wright brothers, whatever their names were, right? Come on. There's Mr. Frank. Son of a Mr. Frank. Watch a couple more. Why were you watching that? She's doing that weird voice again. I started getting all the emails about all those people, like hundreds of people going on, but I haven't jumped on to any of them yet. I'm not sure why they all turned on again. Thanks for the time I was there. Well, good. Watched a couple more shark shows last night. Don't ask me which ones because they all just kind of blend in. Um, it was something about bull sharks or something. I don't know. Like, give me something new, something I haven't seen 1,000 times. You know? So let down by Shark Week. Yeah, me too. Me too. I probably have between Shark Fest and Shark Week, and then other channels throw in their shark stuff. I probably have about 25 hours worth of shark shows to watch. Except I'm just like, I don't want to watch any of these. I really feel like they're phoning it in and it'll be done within 5 years. Yeah. Which is a shame because it started out really good, and I'm thinking at this point they're like, yeah, we're just going to use AI, or we're just going to not spend all this money to film all this stuff. I've been watching Life Without People. A new season of that started. Hadn't been around for 2-3 years, I think. Really good. They use it. I mean, basically the whole thing is AI, but at least they say in the beginning, these images were created using AI. And then there's a little AI thing in the corner of a lot of the scenes. Which, on one hand, I'm like, are you taking jobs away from people? You know, like how does all that work? Is AI mean we don't have a bunch of people anymore? We got like one guy and the narrator basically, and some interviews with people. I don't know. Images are still very cool. I love the world being destroyed. It's a fun little hobby of mine. I watched new train wreck on Friday. I watched the Bubble Boy. Not as exciting as I hope it would be. No, there's Tom Duffy. Tom reminded us yesterday that um, the new one was out about the basically charging Area 51. And my wife came home early last night, earlier than she's been coming home. Storm Area 51, thank you. And two-parter, and it was great. But the whole time, I'm old. The whole time we're sitting here going, I said, I know it didn't happen, but I wish, because they're interviewing all of these millennial douchebags who thought this is such a great idea. And the whole time I'm thinking, you know what? You know what would be a great end to this? That they did try to storm it, and the military just shot all of these people that are being interviewed right now. All of these just douchebags. One of the girls is like Unicole Unicorn or something, and she's like a psychic or some bullshit. And I'm like, you people are fucking awful. Just awful people. Your parents should be ashamed. I watched another doc about some abduction. One of the people being interviewed called Slayer a death metal band. I hope they got killed. I hope they were dead. Frank said I finished part one of Billy Joel. Only took 57 hours. Yeah. I think that's on HBO. I think I looked it up the other day. I was like, yeah, I could get my daughter's login again, but why? Just seems too long. All very interesting. Besides, I had Skinwalker Ranch I watched yesterday. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's weird shit going on at the Triangle. But there was no Beyond Skinwalker Ranch last night or next week. And next week there's no Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know why. Next week's going to suck. Tomorrow, it'll be 1 week from MondoCon. Looking forward to that. The Storm Area 51 douchebag that put all that together, he's a Slayer fan. He's also a Naruto fan, however you say it. I had a fortune cookie. that I got yesterday. There's a that guy's really going up and firing a bunch of nerds. What a great line. There's literally like a literally a bunch of nerds with nothing else to do. Who's the nerd? You, Ted Hoey. You're the nerd. We're talking about the Storm Area 51 documentary, a train wreck thing. I realized as I put it on, I'm like, I never saw the PI Moms one from last week. I forgot to watch it. Maybe tonight. I'm supposed to take my wife to dinner tonight. I'm like, you know what? We don't get many nights that we're here alone, and we have a crap ton of things to do in the next week. Let's just go to dinner tonight. Plus, I need to get out of the house. Yesterday, I went out. I left. I went and picked up a couple of books, dropped off a book at the library, but I also went. There's a Chinese place, something walk. Not walk and roll. China walk or something. It's actually a lot closer to Tom, where he lives, than where I live. But they're the only place I found in the South, and they have shrimp toast. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go there for lunch. I went and got that, and I got some egg foo young, egg lo mein, egg foo young, I think. I don't know, the one where you put the brown gravy on it, and it's like a giant egg. That one, I got that. I brought that home and ate it. It was delicious. But the two shrimp toast they give you, delicious. Frank says, I still haven't watched that other one either. I thought I didn't watch Project X and put it on and realized I did indeed watch it. And that told me all I needed to know about how I felt about that doc. Although the Project was going to be about chimpanzee test pilots. That would have been so much better. It would have been better if the Project X one was about chimpanzee test pilots going to a party. Yeah, when you guys first said said Bubble Boy, I was like, oh, Bubble Boy, like in Seinfeld. Oh, it's the kid who lived in a bubble his whole life. I'm like, Balloon Boy. Yeah, I know this story. And then right in the beginning, Shelley, who she also knew the basic story. She's like, oh, they're lying. I'm like, exactly. Of course they're lying. Hurry up and watch the whatever. Right, John Travolta was Bubble Boy back in the 70s. What a great ABC after school special that was. Yeah, Frank, you gotta hurry up and watch Chad Hoey, man from the Thermopolis. You gotta watch that Storm Area 51 thing, so we can have a big conversation about it. Maybe by Friday. Watch it by Friday. Right? Yeah, watch it so Friday we can talk about it. I gotta get this chapter done so I can throw it back to Tom. We can keep this moving along. I gotta finish a short story to do tomorrow. My goal is to get it done today. The Death of a Unicorn with Paul Rudd and Jenny Ortega. Often, why would you think that was a good movie? You need to start writing something else rather than watching shitty movies. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're wasting your life at this point, Tom. Without having watched it, I'm going to say it's about a big nerd party in the desert and how nerds behave off the grid. No, you would be wrong. There's so many levels of this story. It's like you meet somebody in this document, and you're like, oh my god, that is an awful person. And then you meet the next person, you're like, oh my god, that person is even more awful. And the kid who runs it, when you meet his mom, you're like, oh, his mom was like 12 when he had him. And of course, she doesn't have a wedding ring because God only knows where dad is. Which makes a lot of sense in this. See, George not making an appearance. I believe so. It's some good stuff. It's interesting. It's a two-parter. I mean, it's two parts. That's like more than one, twice as many than one part. Hold the mess up. No, Georgia, but his butt boy. Never call no. Shut up. Hey, you're using foul language. Yeah, I had to approve it. Or boy, one of those. Were both parts released? Or you have to? No, they're both released. They're both released. Watch them back to back. Watch part one, then watch part two. If you watch part two and then part one, it might not make as much sense. You want to watch it before I listen to Corbell cry about how he wasn't in it enough on his podcast. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Good stuff. Good stuff. Calm down with all the bad language. Yeah, don't say that and don't explode cows. The cows that exploded. One of the greatest lines in any book in the world. Which means you could say and it's until you turn to page one of Toolshed. Toolshed. Or Toolshed, either book. My next book, Toolshed. It's going to be set at the Bikini Atoll. Godzilla makes an appearance. And exploding cows. I'm drinking mushroom coffee, which I haven't had in like 3 days. And I'd say my system is all out of whack, but it's just I'm just pooping a lot, which is normal. The rosary was about to explode. Those GSP tolls were annoying before you could just drive through without stopping. Many memories of my dad cursing the world as he missed the basket with the quarters. My dad would sometimes if we were going somewhere and you know you're on the parkway turnpike, not the turnpike parkway. He would hand the quarter back to my brother who sat behind him. My brother would have the window open and ready, and my father would just slow down enough, and then my brother would throw it and miss, and then my dad would yell at him for like the next 10 miles. All right, bathroom break. Woohoo! I'll be back. I swear I'm getting this chapter done today. Hoo-ah. Hoo-ah. I have to go again before this hour's over. Yeah, that was a what do you call it? I put a figure four leg lock on that bathroom break. Coffee, come on, Frank. Mushroom coffee noises. I think you heard the noises. I'm like, you know what? I want to poop 6 more times today. Let's make some mushroom coffee. Then you drink the coffee. So my stomach can't completely settle. Charlie says, Frank, who's doing a horror writing podcast nowadays? Conversations. Is horror still going? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if they are. Why, Chad? You gonna do one? This horror is still going. It's just not that interesting anymore, except with Dean Koontz on it. It is on. I almost spelled monumentally right. All right, so here. Sometimes you just got to go back and read what you wrote because it has been a couple of 3 days. Chad says I have no business doing a writing podcast. Just wonder whose turn it is to have the torch. Yeah. As Frank said, I have no business doing a writing podcast. I did one for 6 years. Exactly. Anybody can do it, based on that criteria. But, oof, excuse me. I made egg rolls in the air fryer, and they were delicious. My wife now, when she goes to the store, she always tries to find stuff like that. Yeah, made. I fucking hand rolled them. I had fucking coleslaw and things that go in egg rolls, and I rolled them up, closed them up, and then put them in that thing. So I did make them. So don't act like, oh, I opened a box of egg rolls and I threw 4 egg rolls into the air fryer, and then I set it for 350 degrees at 15 minutes, and then after halfway through, you have to turn them over. She's, why don't you just tell me you bring? There was something I was watching the other night. I was watching, it might have been like Sunday night. I was waiting for my wife to get home from her mom's, and I was just watching, like, not diners, drive-ins, and dives, but some show about food. And I don't know what they made, but I'm like, I think I can make that. But then I forgot to write it down or anything. So who knows what it was. I said, I want, could you buy this or whatever? She's like, just order it. I don't know what it is I want to order. It's probably something that was not good for me either. It wasn't like, I'm going to make this salad, then I can lose weight. It was more like, I'm going to make this and it's 4 billion calories. I always ask her to order those, or I never ask her when I always say, but then we order stuff I never remember. I want those shells like Taco Bell had for their taco salad. You know? Ding dong. Yeah, she's like, I always say, she says, what do you want from Publix? Or what do you want from Walmart? What do you want from Winn-Dixie? And I say, Entenmann's Devil's Food Donuts. Fucking delicious. No. She refuses to buy them. Dre found blueberry pie Oreos at Aldi, and they are the bomb. Really? Shelly doesn't like Oreos, so she never looks at Oreos, and I never go to the store with her because I hate going to the store. So I'll see those kinds of new, exciting, limited edition flavors, but I never really, I never go out and buy any of them. I should just go for like a shopping trick for myself. She'd be like, "Why'd you spend $500 at Publix? What did you buy?" I'm like, "There's so many good Oreos flavors now. Hopefully, they're better than those Coca-Cola ones were." The Selena Gomez flavored ones are also excellent. I've seen those, but Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of hers. Tastes just like Selena sandwich with tin cookie. And it's not a bad taste, though. You know what I'm saying? I brought my charger into, not the Dodge Charger. That's too big. All this fully charged. My phone and my watch charger. But then I keep forgetting to put them on it. But I remembered. Frank, have you finished Retail Gangster yet? Retail Gangster. I gotta do a video, a review video of it. Too many things pertaining to Mexican food that I cannot post. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I'm on chapter 14 or 15. Well, let's go. I guess Nick isn't around since I'm on the next page. He's getting the accountants to inflate the cost of their inventory to artificially boost their IPO. Except you got to keep doing that every year. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we need $3 million more in product, but then we can't take it out of the inventory because we have shareholders. So we got to keep doing this every year for the rest of our lives. That's illegal? Yeah, for some reason. Yeah, Nishti, I think it's pronounced. I don't know. It's the Syrian Jew way of stealing and basically bringing your money to Israel to hide it. Is what he did for many, many, many years to the tune of like $125 million or something ridiculous. As usual, they had so much money floating around. that they were stealing from each other and stealing from everybody and the government and everything else. There's Moody Abigail lurking. And yet, you didn't live good lives. You didn't enjoy the money that you had. You screwed your wife out of like a drop in the bucket of the money you had. Just ridiculous. Crime doesn't pay, but it's got to be better than minimum wage. For instance, we need to show more private fines, still 3% less sales tax for the next 3 years. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was his big thing is how can you sell this stereo for $100 when it retails for $100? Like, you're not making any money. Oh, we're also not paying any sales tax on any of it, so we're basically making the sales tax. Moody Abigail, the hero we asked for, the hero we got. Goats don't pay. I'll tell you that for free. Yeah. How many goats you got now, Chad? You get like are they making baby goats? You got like 1,000 goats. Crime pays. Just stop doing it after you make a few million. That's all of their downfalls. Exactly. There's no money in goats. My mama used to always say. Yeah, your mom said that a lot when we were kids growing up together. We like, if your mother says the fucking thing about the goats one more time. Or that video of the meme I'm sure you've seen where the little kid points and goes, "It's a fucking goat." It's like, no, it's just a goat. No, it's a fucking goat. I believe that was Chad Hoey as a child when he lived in England. This is where you realize all the money you can make with a silicone mold of a goat's vagina. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, and your mother, God bless her, she made a lot of money with that. Watch one of those shark shows, and the lady, the shark bit right through and basically ate her vagina. Bit her inner thighs and her vagina, gone. think she already had kids though, so it's not like she's, oh, I can't have kids anymore. You know what? Probably better off. The best part of that storm Area 51, besides that quote about the nerds that Tom shared, was when the the one kid said basically, oh, everybody's going to storm Area 51, and he said, you know what this is? Natural selection. Exactly. I always say dilemma. It was like as a joke as a kid. I would say dilemma instead of dilemma, but now I spell it dilemma, and it always comes up wrong. I'm like, what? It's not. Oh yeah, it is wrong. Oh yeah, my bad. My bad. That's I'm almost done. Stop with the bad words. You know, I'm going to deny that word so that nobody knows what you were saying. I saw it. Stop with the no words. That was a good word. Come on. I bet if I separate it. Wait, I see there was an N in that word. This is some Mandela effect stuff going on. Yeah, Moniker Geller from Friends. A few more lines. A few more lines. Come on, I can do this. I think then I'm going to take a nap and probably take another poop. Yeah, a moo point. You're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say moo or anything related to cows. All those words are blocked. How come every time I try to type need, it ends up being ended? It autocorrects. That is annoying. What is your fiscal year word count? None of your F. Well, let me check. Oh, fuck me. I'm at 362,000 words, not including what I've written today. So I'm about 38,000 words from my fiscal year, 400,000 words. And I have August and September. I have 2 months to do it. Now, my goal would be to write a couple of chapters of things every day up to MondoCon. And then MondoCon, probably Thursday, I'll get some writing in the morning. Because Nick doesn't come in until like noon, I think. Or 1. Nick's plane doesn't drive in. He's driving the plane. It's cheaper to drive than to fly from Milwaukee. 12:45, he lands. So I have all morning, although my wife would be like, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. You should get around another 20,000 out of this. Yeah, we are at, actually, just broke 20,000, so we have, yeah, about another 20K out of this. And the goal is, my absolute goal would be, last year I know at MondoCon, I was darn close to my fiscal year, I believe. I think I might have been right on it. So I'm not gonna be able to do 38,000 words in the next week or so. But MondoCon Friday should be 5,000 words. Saturday, since we got to leave early for the birthday party, I'm gonna go for like 3,500 words and then 5,000 on Sunday. So if I can get It's like those 3 days is like half of the words in. So if I can really just fucking kill myself this coming up this week, and especially like Sunday when my wife goes to her mom's, just like write all day. Like my goal would be, and September is going to be tough for me because September I have Labor Day weekend, I think, or a couple days after Labor Day, I'm going to be in New Orleans at the BoucherCon conference, and then 2 weeks later I'm going to be at NINC in Tampa. So those are half of September is gone already. For BoucherCon, I am moderating a panel on basically crime thrillers and horror, which is cool. And they added one person couldn't. It was not going to be there. They canceled, so they added a new person onto my panel, and that new person, Ronald Malfi. So I'm gonna have Malfi on one of my panels. So Ron Malfi, that's Cynthia Paleo, Jonathan Maybury. Who else? A couple other horror people that we hung out with. All of them. They will all be there. Smartly. But Ron Malfi will be there, which will be interesting. Come on. He's going to drink all his whiskey before the panel. I would imagine he's going to drink it before and after and during. He's got that Veer vodka. I'm not sure New Orleans really is a big drinking town, though, so I think we're going to be all right. I think he'll remain sober. Is Jerry Ben's guy? I believe him and what's her name will both be there. I saw their um, another review because I'm selling all my books, all my print books, trying to get rid of them, trying to clean out that closet. Selling a lot of books, and somebody said, "Did you see their? Oh, do you have any of those books you did, like the State of Horror and all?" I said, "No." And they said, "Yeah, I saw that somebody had put a review on one of them about them not them still being for sale, but not. I guess the authors never got paid and everything." I said, "Yeah, what are you gonna do?" That guy loved nations more than his wife in running a publishing company. He loved nations. I don't know what word you were trying to say there. He wasn't a Nationals fan. He was a St. Louis Cardinals fan. Maybe rations. He was, military rations. Who knows? What is this? It's a delivery driver. Motherfuckers with these guys. What you got for me, delivery driver man? Couple boxes. Oh, it's a Amazon boxes, except for he's in a delivery van and nothing on him that says Amazon. He's wearing New Orleans. He's he's wearing bond servant of Jesus Christ, black shirt, black gym pants, but he's wearing red leggings. He is wearing red leggings. Okay, couple few. He's still moving shit around though. You moving shit for me? Oh no, he's just opening. He's just opening the next. He got the side door open and on the van, and he's putting shit up on the shelf there. I wish there was more excitement going on like this all day. We get rid of this fucking story. All right, Tom. Chapter done. Ooh. So true. Wow. All right. So, like I said, chapter done. Dunkashanen. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate it. Tom, when the next chapter is done. At 5 p.m. 5:15 Eastern Standard Time today, my interview with John Stamp will go up on YouTube. I hope everybody will watch it. I will not be on tomorrow. I might. There's a small chance. A small chance I will be on tomorrow. If I'm on, I'll be on YouTube Live at 1 o'clock. But I don't think so because tomorrow's the MLB trade deadline. And I'm going to be watching hopefully all the big trades happen. I'll be preoccupied. I will be here Friday though. Friday it is. All right, everybody, you have a great rest of your afternoon. Appreciate you hanging out with me. I also appreciate everybody to subscribe and resubscribe. I just lost a couple of subscribers, which means you got to resubscribe now. And also, please hit the subscribe button on the YouTube. It's free. YouTube is free. Free. Free Pedro.